The TalkSport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
Welcome back to Up the Cherries in all departments, Cherries fans, and also welcome to our friends from Southampton down the M27, of course, the country's friendliest rivalry, as I like to say. Now, of course, Southampton haven't had a particularly very good season in the Premier League this year. Currently sat on 9 points. Are they going down quicker than the Titanic? Well, I decided today, instead of actually doing it from my humble abode, I decided to do it from the Mary Rose in Portsmouth. I'm sorry, Southampton fans. Now, before we do get going, here's a little bit about our sponsors, Dental on the Banks. Find out more about them, visit dentalonthebanks.co.uk. Now, of course, Southampton, I don't know what more you can really say about this season, but we're going to find out about Rambo, we're going to find out about Jack Stevens, we're going to find out as well about Mr. Ryan Fraser and what our special guest thinks of them. Can they survive the drop? Probably not, but can they get straight back up? Very, very possible, but there needs to be things happening in the background as well to do that. So I've got the pleasure of welcoming back a very, very special guest, and it's his pleasure to welcome on good friend Alex Tissier. Welcome back to the show, Alex. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, all good, all good. Lovely to see you again, and that is a bright Southampton kit, isn't it? Do you know what? I really do like that.
It's my favorite. It's pink. It's Barbie, and it goes with my Stanley.
There's something about pink football kits, and I don't know what it is. I just really like them. But to be honest,
I love them. It's not my favorite kit we've ever had. I do love it, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah.
I feel like the last couple of years, I feel as though basically they just need me to sort out the kits. Oh, my cat, Mr. Famous. They basically need me to sort out the kits because I feel like they're just trying too hard. That blue one that looked like was like themed on the water near Southampton.
Yeah.
Just disgusting. So yeah, they need me basically. But
they've
never called me. They haven't called me to model the kits either. So, you know.
What? Why not? Honestly, they need to.
Honestly, it makes sense, but they won't do it. They're cowards.
Exactly. Well, they need improvement in the marketing department, but they also need improvement on the pitch. Let's be a little bit ruthless now. Sorry, Alex, but it's not been good enough, has it?
No, but do you know what? I am secretly excited because I do love the Championship. I'm sorry, but I love it. It's such exciting football to watch. It really is. And I feel like with the Premier League, it's like, it's kind of predictable.
Apart from us, we're doing all right.
yeah, you guys are doing great, but it's like if your team's not doing good,
Yeah.
it's just not enjoyable. And I feel like with the
Mm.
championship, like your team could be average in the championship, but it's still like anything could literally happen, and it's just exciting to watch and be a part of. So to be honest, I'm not gutted at all. I know people keep trying to wind me up. They're like, huh, but I'm excited. I'm excited.
Well, let's talk about the gulf between the Championship and the Premier League, because you were promoted through the playoffs.
Yeah.
In fact, I was absolutely delighted because as much as people might turn around and say, well, we're all laughing at Southampton and Southampton are going down quicker than the Titanic and things like that, I actually want you guys to survive. It's not
I
a
know.
nasty relationship. It's not like Southampton, Portsmouth. It is a case.
No.
I want to see you survive because I want that local rivalry. I don't want us just to be on our own or, Brighton a little bit further down the road.
Yeah, I don't have beef with Bournemouth at all. I do feel as though like a lot of Bournemouth fans are just hate us for no, I don't understand. And that's why then us Southampton fans get like really defensive, because you have to
Mm,
understand our beef only lays with Portsmouth. Like we don't
yes.
really have beef against you guys. So it's very weird. I think it's great that you guys are doing well. The thing is with Southampton is, it's so, because I'm going to look like I'm being biased, but I feel as though if
Mhm.
you actually do like football and you watch a lot of football,
Yeah.
there are times where you watch us and you think they're not actually a bad team, because we're
Mm,
not. I don't know what it is. I don't know if we're cursed, or I don't know what it is, but there's times where we will play like a team that's very, very good, like Arsenal, or and and you're like, hang on a minute, where have this team
mm.
been the whole time? And that's the frustration, I think, as a Southampton fan. We're not actually a bad team. We're just not. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to fix this.
Of course, Russell Martin brought you back up, Alex, from
Yeah.
the Championship after what was a little bit of a disappointing end to the season. The last
Yeah.
time you was in the top flight, of course, I don't need to remind you of victory. Pretty much towards the end of the season. So
Hmm.
yeah, unfortunately there was some Bournemouth fans that kind of took real pleasure out of that, but I wanted that rivalry. But Russell Martin brought you back up into the Premier League,
Hmm.
and you did decide to sack him fairly quickly. Or do you think it wasn't quick enough?
It's so hard because I think I was like really pro Russell Martin. I
Yeah,
really liked him. I mean, he got us back into the Prem. It was great, and I felt like that whole season in the Championship, he was so good, stayed focused. Like Saints were on fire for a very long time,
yeah.
and I mean, you can't begrudge him for that, but it just got to a point where it was like he was just a little bit too stubborn.
Mm,
And sometimes I think in life we don't always get it right. And it's good to maybe hear some constructive criticism. And a lot of people were giving that to him. And he was like, nope, 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 and stuck to his ways. And I think, his stubbornness was kind of his downfall. Didn't really consider other avenues or other. And I think he kind of brought it on himself. But I mean, the last game I went to, which game was it? I think it was Tottenham, Southampton. Uh, Not the last game I went to, his last game. It was Tottenham,
yeah.
Southampton, I think, where they absolutely whipped us.
Mm,
Um, and I saw with my own eyes him getting like gobby towards the fans. And I
mm.
thought, there's no coming back from this now. Like, no one's going to support him after this. And I think because of that, people were happy to see him go. And I just thought, yeah, do one.
Mm. Well, of course, back in September, we did beat you 3-1 at Dean Court. And, first half, we were much the better side. But to be honest, second half, you could see, and I totally agree with you, Alex, that there is something within this Southampton
I
team
know.
if
I
they get
know.
the right coaching. And
Yeah.
do you feel that the club again have kind of appointed the wrong person? A bit like when they appointed Nathan Jones, that season.
Was that real?
Yeah, unfortunately it was. Unfortunately it was. But did you honestly think that, or do you feel that again they've just jumped the gun and appointed somebody who might not be up to it?
I think so. I think they do that quite a lot, though. The problem is with
Mm,
Southampton is like they love repeating the same mistakes. Like they
yeah.
love the trauma and the drama that they bring on themselves because they
Mm,
don't learn from their mistakes. And honestly, I could go on forever and ever about this. They don't learn their lessons. They need to make radical changes to the whole club, like from the bottom up. Everything. I could list out everything. And they will never learn. And also, their spending habits annoy me the most. I feel like they kind of just do a little sprinkle here, a little sprinkle there. It's like, just spend a lot of money on
mm,
2, 3 players and see
yeah.
how that works out for you. Instead of just going, no, we need like 3 strong players.
Mm,
The rest I don't care about, and then see what happens then. But at the moment they just do a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit, and they just rush into the managers and they don't really take their time with it. I mean, it's so weird. The whole thing is so weird, and honestly it's tiring, and it's becoming really boring being a Southampton fan, to be honest with you.
yeah. No, I can understand the frustrations. Of course, you did sign Rambo. Of course, a former goalkeeper of ours, and somebody that a lot of Cherries fans wanted back. Um, what have you made of him before, of course, the injury?
I mean, for me, there's like only a handful of players that really stick out.
Mm,
I don't know what it is because it's funny because we get a lot of players that come and then they kind of have like an average season and then they go on to other teams and do really well. But then
yeah,
it's so funny because our like legends, well, what the club thinks is a
yeah,
legend, they will do so well at Southampton and they'll go on to another team and then it's like they're cursed. They just don't do well anywhere else. So Southampton's
mm,
a very weird place, I think. You either can thrive or you just do terrible. I feel like we sometimes bring the best out of people and then they
yeah.
go on and do better things. But I mean, that's just problems with our academy and things. There's massive problems with our academy. So our academy needs to be better. We need to
Mhm.
produce better younger players. And this is what I mean. It's just there's so much wrong with the club. So
But the academy did used to produce some great players, the likes of Gareth Bale, Theo Walcott, and
yeah,
believe it or not, I actually played alongside Theo Walcott's brother years and years and years ago.
yeah.
And in fact, they said his brother was a better player than Theo Walcott at the
Mhm.
time. But, of course, Theo got to Southampton and become the player that he was. But do you feel that it's just kind of gone off course, the academy? Because it was something that was so important to Saints, weren't it?
I feel like I might get in trouble with this, but uh
Go on, you like trouble.
I know
Mhm,
people associated with it.
mhm.
The coaching and the staff is
Yeah.
not the same as it used to be. It's not very
Okay.
good now. Um, they also get given so many opportunities from kids that are, from sort of bigger clubs. So
Yeah.
we're talking like, you know, could be like Arsenal, Chelsea. I'm not going to name names. It's just giving you a thought. And then they mess it up and it slips through and they let these kids go on to other clubs and they do well and they end up doing really well. This is what I mean when people say, what's your frustrations with Southampton? I think because I know so much what's going behind the scenes, which is just dreadful. That annoys me.
Mm-hmm.
And then it annoys me just so many things. The marketing, everything. They just keep using the same old ex-players because we don't have anyone new of legend status, and that's because we're just terrible. So it feels like it's just always old. They never learn their lessons, and the whole thing is frustrating.
Well, you did win last time out against Ipswich. That was a must-win, wasn't it? Ramsdale, of course, back in the side, and you know it looks like a fairly decent squad that you put out. Again, you have got some real quality there. You know,
Yeah,
the
we
likes
did.
of Tyler Diblin, you know, Aribo. These are players that
I
I
mean,
do
we've got
actually
like a world-class player. He's so good.
like.
And it's like, it's a joke. But I dread to think, how long is he going to stay around? Probably not very long. But again, for me, like my favorite player is Walker Peters. Like, I just think he's incredible. He just carries the team.
Yeah.
He never puts a foot wrong, in my opinion. He's just so good. He's so underrated. It's these people, if they were to go, and I'm sure they will at some point, we're going to be even worse. But we do have really good players.
Well, one goalkeeper that did have to fill in once Rambo was injured was Joe Lumley, and I watched a bit of him both in the past and also at Saints, and I was like, why were they not playing Alex McCarthy? When Rambo was injured, I just don't get it. McCarthy is a seasoned professional in the top flight, isn't he?
I mean, I can't really stand him, if I'm honest. I don't know. I feel certain players work better with other players, and I feel like
Yeah.
maybe the recipe that we haven't figured out yet. Something's just not working. But like I said, and you've seen it yourself, there are moments where it looks like a strong team and you're kind of sat there thinking, why have they got themselves into this mess? When we played Arsenal, you wouldn't believe it. It was like putting pressure on Arsenal and everyone's like, what's going on here? And I was like, but this is what we can be like.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happens at halftime. It's always at halftime. Then the team completely changes.
You gave Forest a scare as well. You was 1-0
Yeah,
up against Man United away from
exactly.
home. It doesn't
Terrible
make.
teams don't do that, but we have to figure out what on earth is going on.
I think the finger has to be pointed both at Sports Republic and also the managers that have been in charge.
Yeah.
I know that when we spoke the season before last, it was the relegation battle season. You eventually went down, but you said that you didn't really like Ralph Hasenhüttl. Do you look back at it and think it might have been better that he stayed?
No.
Still don't
No.
like Ralph.
Can't stand him.
Would rather
You know
Ruben
what?
Sellers.
He gives me a little bit. Russell Martin at the end of his Southampton career really kind of reminded me of him. It was
Yeah.
a little bit triggering. It was like, you're too stubborn. You don't actually know what you're doing. It's
Yeah.
okay to take advice from other people. No, I feel like that's actually probably why we got rid of him so quickly because they've learned from Ralph. Ralph was an idiot.
Yeah. Well, of course, Ruben Selles was, the last manager before.
He makes me laugh. I'm sorry, he makes me laugh because he's gone on to do really well, and he's just like, fake it till you make it, honey. Like,
He had the worst job in football, didn't he? Twice in a row. He had, let's be honest, the situation was already in a bad state after taking over from Nathan Jones. Nathan Jones didn't do a very good job whatsoever, but he come in and he did make a bit of a fist of it. And then he went to Reading and then, tried to keep them going and somehow did that.
I know, he did so well.
Why do you think that, Sports Republic, looking at them, I think they've made mistake after mistake after mistake since they've been in. Why have they not gone back and thought, right, okay, because they had that chance before Hull come in for Ruben Selles to take him back to Saints.
Yeah. But in all fairness, I don't think he did that well with Saints. I mean, I'm really happy for him because he's gone on to do his own thing, and I think he's done really well. I just don't think he fitted well at Saints, to be honest with you.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, of course, we are coming back to St Mary's. How determined are you to see a little bit of revenge for that 1-0 win towards the end of that season where you was relegated? Are you going into this more confident than you might do against other teams? Because there is, it's a friendly rivalry, but there's still, I'm sure, in that changing room there'll be still that thing of, we want to beat Bournemouth. They're a smaller club than us. Let's be honest, we are a smaller club than Southampton.
Not anymore.
Not in results, but of course, we would quite happily swap Dean Court for St Mary's.
When it comes to history and stuff, yeah. Like, I don't know. I see you guys as a relatively new team, but I don't know. I feel. I mean, I've accepted it as a fan that we're going down. I mean, we're so close to beating Derby's score with the points. At least we win something. I think maybe, sadly, a lot of the players have just thought, let's preserve ourselves for next year. We don't know what's going to happen in terms of where we're going to be playing. They don't want to injure themselves now at this point where their team's getting relegated. So let's just be completely honest. Like, I think most people just don't care anymore. And I don't blame them. It's too late in the games. We're going down. Deal with it. But when it comes to Bournemouth, like, the only way I can explain it to you in the nicest way possible is like, when you have an ex and like you really don't have any interest, not like you have a crush on them or anything, like just LS. Like, I see Bournemouth as that. Like, you're the ex that really was a regret, and I'm just gonna be like, if I see you out in public, like, aren't you guys in the nicest way possible? Like, I don't care. Like, if it was Pompey, it'd be like, yeah! But like, it's just in the nicest way possible. But I mean, I'm really happy for you guys. I'm really happy for you. Like, if you see an ex you don't like and they're doing well, you're like, oh, well done. But I don't care.
Yeah, but you do like us. You do like us.
Yeah, but you're trying so hard to have beef, and it's like, you're gonna have to give me something to work with here. Like, what's the beef? What's the drama? There's nothing. Like, I don't get it.
I don't think there is one, to be honest.
Exactly.
It's a good relationship.
I can't give you a Kendrick Lamar if you're giving me nothing to work with here. Like, give me something. Give me the bait. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm just happy for you guys. I think you've done really well, and I think it's nice to see it, really. It's nice to see it. Something fresh, something new. Also, I'm really happy for Brighton.
Yes.
I feel like that's nice. I feel like that's a fresh new thing. And, you know, we're sort of done with the Man United days. It's time for new teams to rise up and do really well. And, you know, Man United aren't doing that well, which is nice. And Tottenham aren't doing that great this year. So it's been a nice little reshuffle, but it's just not our year, unfortunately. But this weekend, I'll just, you know, if I'm honest, I'm just going to be getting drunk and having
Enjoying
a
it.
fun time. Yeah. I mean, I think you guys are going to beat us massively. You know, I can see it being like a 3-0 to you guys.
Fair enough. Fair enough. To be honest, you're one of the first people this season that have gone, yeah, you're going to beat us. You know, of course, everybody comes on here and goes, yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. But no, it's honesty. And to be honest, I don't want to see Southampton go down. But
It is
let's be honest,
sad,
it's going to
but
happen. It's going to happen this year. I think
there are many teams I'd rather see go down, but it is what it is. It's obviously meant to be. Like I said, though, I did really enjoy Championship. I think it's fun, and the fans are fun. I miss the Sunderland fans because I snuck in the away end with them, and it was so fun. It was so fun. So I'm excited for that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think we're going to win. I'm sorry to pay
Yeah.
on you, but I think you won't get Derby's record. I think you'll get more than the 11 points. You're going to beat somebody
think?
else. Yeah, I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Where do you think we're going to get the points from, though?
See, this is the big question. I knew you was going to ask me that, and I thought,
Where?
is it me just being nice because I don't want to see Southampton go down? And you know, even though I'm Bournemouth,
we're running out of time. It's like, hello, you've got 30 minutes. Like, where's the points coming from?
Wolves at home, you've still got them to play. Of course, they're in the battle.
What? Yeah, I mean, Wolves have had a shocking time as well. Yeah, that could be. But I mean, I think we've got. Who else have we got? I'm pretty sure we've got Arsenal again in May. I think that's our last game.
It is,
know.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're not going to get points for that.
Everton away? You could go to Goodison and upset them on the last day of the season. Well, the last home game.
I doubt it. It's running out of options now. So yeah.
You've got Leicester away.
Yeah.
or are you basically saying, Alex, that Southampton are going down quicker than the Titanic? And let's be honest, when is relegation going to be confirmed?
Exactly. Just imagine me in the icy cold water, just, you know, like vaping above the water. Like,
if you're going down, you're going down happy.
Standing. You know, that's me. Get my thermals on, you know. What else can we do? It is what it is. I've just accepted it. I think I accepted it ages ago, though.
Yeah.
Because I just started thinking, oh, we're going down here. I don't see us pulling out this. And everyone's like, so negative, so negative. I called it very early on. My husband did as well, actually. He said, we're going back down. I was like, no, surely not. He called it before me, I think. I was like, no, surely not. I think it was like after one game. I don't even remember the result, but he was like, we're going back down. And then I think one thing I really want to say about Southampton fans, though, is the last game that I went to. Oh, no, that was like a cup game. The one before that, the Tottenham-Southampton game.
Yeah.
The Southampton fans, I have to give them their due. They were singing their heart out the whole time. And they were so supportive. They were like laughing at themselves, making jokes about themselves, like laughing at Tottenham, like being like, you should be more up than this. And like, you know, we're crap and all this. And I do respect it because I feel like they've just taken it in their stride and made jokes about themselves. Like, I think we've taken it really well. And it is
Yeah.
nice to be around. It's not like a nasty atmosphere. It's like just a load of banter. It is so funny. It is so funny. Because we can just laugh at ourselves. I think if this was to happen to any other team, they would be losing the head. I feel like Southampton fans have really taken this on so well, and I actually am like really proud in that aspect because I think it's been fun. It's been funny to laugh at ourselves because sometimes you have to do that in the worst times. And I don't know many fan bases that would be able to do that, to be honest.
Yeah. No, fair enough. Fair enough. To be honest, I would be stressing out if I was in your position. But at the end of the day, you never know. You could come straight back. You're
No,
probably going to.
I've got a feeling we will, though. That's how ridiculous it
It's
is.
the yo-yo. It's going up and down, up and down. It's got to be fun. It's got to be quite fun, to be honest.
It is a bit of a roller coaster, but I do have a feeling we're going to be back up and then back down again.
Final thing I wanted to discuss was, of course, you have got two former AFC Bournemouth players in your ranks at the moment, as well as Rambo. Of course, we can't forget Rambo, but those are Jack Stevens. What have you made of Jack this season?
Again, if I'm honest, there's only a few players that stand out to me. Who else is there? I think I've got my notes here. Oh, I know of one that went to you.
Oh, you're not going to say his name on here, are you?
Why do you not like him?
Mr. Fraser?
No. Not him.
Oh, I tell you what, I'll tell you what, you've gone up in the AFC Bournemouth fans' estimations there, Alex. Every single AFC Bournemouth fan is going to love you for saying that.
Well, no, we gave you David Brooks, and he's playing
David
really well
Brooks
for
was
you.
here already, but we sent him out on loan to you to help you get up. But Brooksy is brilliant.
This is what I mean. But he's done really well with you guys.
He has,
That's
yeah.
sad.
He's quality. Of course, we sent him out on loan, and I think he did a good job. It really upset me in that playoff final because I was watching it and Brooksy went off, and you was like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, the injury. And I thought, after everything he's been through and the cancer battle and coming out
I
the
know.
other
I
end,
was gutted that made me sad. That did make me gutted.
yeah,
I really like him, but I'm glad he's doing okay. But
yeah.
I don't know. I just don't rate him really, if I'm honest. I'm not talking about David Brooks. I'm talking about the other guy.
Jack Stevens. And what's your problem with Ryan Fraser? I tell you what, let's ask that question because everybody wants to hear you rip into Ryan Fraser now. Alex, go on, please, rip into him.
Just think he's terrible.
It's crap, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he gives me the ambition in life. Like, you really can achieve anything. Tell yourself enough you're a professional footballer in the mirror, and it'll come true.
Fair enough. Well, Alex, it's been a pleasure having you on. What have you been up to since we last spoke? Because you've been up to loads. You've been a very busy lady, as always. We do keep in
When was
contact
the
quite a
last
bit.
time we spoke?
Well, the last time we spoke on here was the season you went down. So we're kind of making a habit of this. Yeah, but of course, we've been in contact all the time. But what have you been up to? Tell everybody.
I think I've been on like 2 documentaries since then. I've been in the press every 5 minutes. My life's changed. It's just dramatically changed, I think. You know what? You said that it's dramatically changed since we've last spoken, actually.
But no, fair play to you. And,
what about like 30,000 more followers on Twitter now?
Yes, yeah, I noticed that as well. You have
Yeah.
got a lot more followers as well.
Yeah. I'm reaching for that 100k in December.
Exactly. Well, Alex, it is an absolute pleasure to have you on here. No doubt we'll keep in contact. We will, at some point, go and
Let
watch a
me know
game
if you go
together.
to the game.
Yes, I shall do. We'll have to go to a game together at some point because I know you said that before.
Not
We never
next year.
did it. Yeah, it can't be next year unless we play you in the cup. But maybe the year after when you come back up. But
You know
yeah,
what? I'm never eating cherries ever again.
honestly, it's been a real pleasure and good luck in whatever you do. And yeah,
Thank
we'll
you.
speak very soon.
Okay, my love.
And thank you everybody for joining us on this show. Hit the like, subscribe, the bell button below. It helps the channel to grow. Also check out all of our other interviews as well. We've had multiple people, multiple celebrities on, so they'll all be in the interview tab. So go check them out as well. Big thanks as well to our other sponsors, which is Touchpoint Telecoms. For all your telecoms needs, do visit touchpointtelecoms.co.uk. No doubt we'll do a reaction show on Monday night, but until then, up the cherries. We'll see you soon.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.